Uh, Hey guys, just making sure this microphone works real quick. Today I want to do something a little different because I realized that you know, my newest video I have planned, and apologies if the voice sounds bad. I'm just a little bit of a sore throat today, but I wanted to go over a theory I've had for a while, and I thought it'd be very interesting to show it. In a presentation, timeline style of how you can predict the quality of the next Weezer album based on the quality of the last Sonic game that released. And now this is not a 100% foolproof thing, but I want to explain my theory and reasoning through this timeline presented here. I did not put in Sonic Frontiers because obviously that's the newest one, and we don't have a Weezer album to show the parody of that yet. I'm not including the EPs because those are EPs and not full albums. Specifically the seasons ones that are releasing now. And yeah, so let me get into explaining this. Also, I'm drinking tea. So the first one, I'm gonna try to be general with explaining this and quite brief, so it comes across a little easier. See, the first two Sonic games are paired with Weezer's Blue album, self-titled, because they're the iconic ones. They got them big commercial success, critical acclaim. It was where most of the fan base comes from, and very iconic pieces of '90s pop culture. And then Pinkerton goes with Sonic 3 and Knuckles because both of them sold less, significantly less than their previous ones. But all the core fans, or a lot of the core fans, say that's their favorite one, or it's super underrated, or stuff like that. Then you get a gap for both groups, a 5-year gap, and they come back with a new style. Kind of, it's quite divisive. It's the beginning of a new period. Green Album, Sonic Adventure, and Sonic Adventure 2, both of which being quite financially successful, being a big comeback for both, but lacking stuff from the '90s material for a lot of people, and it becomes more apparent as the timeline progresses. Then you have I put Sonic Heroes with Maladroit because I believe that both are quite overlooked now, because of what precedes and what follows. It's just kind of an unremarkable piece. Though a lot of the core fans, a lot of people in both of these periods will defend these games because they are in these albums because they grew up with them in the early aughts. And then you get to the mid 2000s period with the real legacy defeaters here, the real train wrecks. That being the reboot of Sonic 06, and I included Secret Rings too because that game's not very good either. And Make Believe, both of which really ruined their reputation and started the question of like what happened here, where did they go wrong? And then in 2008 for both, we got a bit of a ray of light that things could be looking up with the Red Album and Unleash, both very mixed bags, but both looked relatively fondly upon now. And then it goes right back to terrible in '09 with Black Knight and Ratitude. A couple glimmering moments in both, but no, definitely not what I agree. And then you get this very safe return to form in 2010 with Hurley and Sonic Colors, but they're just so bland and flat, and they try to carry the magic of these first few games slash albums, but it just doesn't pan out. Episode 2 applies here too, I guess. And then you get the real comeback with Sonic Colors, and everything will be alright in the end. And a lot of people will say, like, oh, okay, well, finally got their footing in the new generation here. And a lot of old fans from these games came back for the first time with this one after being lost in this period here, the dark age of both Sonic and Weezer in the mid to late 2000s. And then you get to Sonic Generations and the White Album, and for a lot of people that's just even better. It's like finally, okay, they found their footing with these two. And then short time after, you get Lost World and Pacific Daydream, both of which are very divisive among fans and say that, oh, well, back to garbage. Then you get the Teal album and Rise of Lyric, which, I mean, both technically shouldn't count, right? But they're both just so far away and so bad that I had to put it on here because it just makes sense for connecting these two timelines. The only difference here is that Weezer's Teal it sold really well, and Rise of Lyric sold terribly. Then you get Black. You get the Black Album with Fire and Ice, right? I don't have a comparison. That's why I said this is 90% true. I just had to put something there. This album's fine. This game's fine. That's what connects them, I guess. And then you get the true comeback, out of nowhere, critical acclaim kind of thing. And both these are personal favorites of mine. Sonic Mania and OK Orchestra. I'd say those are similar in that regard. And then the follow-ups from the same year later on are both terrible. I mean, sure, they got mediocre reviews, but a lot of people in hindsight are like, okay, no, that's terrible. Maybe some people would defend Van Weezer, not me. I think that album's dreadful. So there you go. That's my theory. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I almost also apologize for the mic quality. It's just something that it's just the sore throat, I guess. It just comes out kind of like this. But yeah. Be sure to spread this theory because I haven't heard a lot of people talking about it, and I just think there should be more awareness for it. All right, thank you very much. Bye.